I couldn't wait, as usual, to get into the kiln because I always have a couple of things in here I'm excited about. And I already got to the second level and put stuff up here while it was still hot. And this was the test that I couldn't wait to get out. And this lime green is a brand new glaze color. And this is from a video I put up a couple weeks ago where I was slip trailing. And I think it's turned out quite lovely. And I have another one in the lower part of the kiln. I don't know if we're going to get through the whole kiln because it could still be hot, but let's see what kind of gems we've got in this kiln. All right, so these are the things I pulled out. So these are toothbrush holders, and this is our sky blue, and I'm actually dipping this a little differently and getting a little bit more running here with this dark color, and I'm loving that. And that is a toothbrush holder in our mist. Here's a couple in our green glaze. And so just some things about glazing firing. So when the kiln is a little bit hotter, this white glaze goes a little bit, not as white, and a little bit more translucent. And so that's what's happening with these. When folks ask us to make something a perfect match compared to something we already have, it's really hard to do because you really have to pay attention to where you're putting things in the kiln, and you know, plus chemicals change. So there's one of our French butter keepers, and I fire them with lid on. Sometimes I have gotten actually the bottom stuck to here because I fire it like this, and if I make this piece too tall it sticks to the bottom, but these are turning out really nice. And you can see where they actually, their lids stick a little bit, so I always do a little pop. Yep, and that one's a good one too. So those are French butter keepers, or some people call them butter bells. And then another toothbrush holder in mist. And then here we're doing 200 of these mugs for a radio station. So they're going to be giveaways and donations. And then this, I got a little bit thick. The stamp is not showing up as well as I would like, but this is our Asheville mug, and this is with a newer glaze that's called Sea Spray. And actually Sea Spray and another glaze is what I used to get that lime green that we tested, and so there's a couple more of those mugs. Alright, and the top of a covered butter dish, the bottom is somewhere in that kiln. And I screwed up. Place two of them together. That happened from them touching when I fired the kiln. So, and they snapped. So there's the little spots where they stuck together. We can grind these down, put glaze on them, and refire them again, and they'll be perfect. So that's what I'm going to do with those. All right, so more tumblers in our green and our mist. And here comes some more. So I'm going to show you something. See the color right there on this side as compared to the color. Ooh, that's hot. Hold on, let me get gloves. So, this brilliant side of this pot right here is actually the side that was by the heat. And this side that's not quite as brilliant is actually the side that was away from the heat. So even on the same pot, the color can be different just based on the heat work, as they call it. Alright, well here's a really beautiful one. Look at the color on that. I love it where it goes white here. It has a lot of contrast to the black, so that's a beautiful color. And another mist one. And another mist one. Okay, so I got some pair of gloves. a bacon cooker, and we got some really nice color on that one. And bacon cookers are still a really big seller of ours. So there is one in mist. Can't seem to make enough of those no matter what I do. Alright, so this is a nesting bowl set. Here's the medium one and the small one. And the larger one of the set is further down in the kiln somewhere. And a couple of green salt and peppers. We'll put little rubber stoppers in the bottom for those. And stars with the swirls. Okay, and then a bunch of these bread warmers. And we make these with no glaze on them, and you can put them in your oven and warm them up, and then you put your bread on top of them, and it helps keep your bread warm. And we are actually making a whole bunch of these. My husband's doing a wooden tray that this bread warmer sets in, and then I do a dip cup. You can put your flavor oil to dip your bread in, and it all goes with his wooden tray. And actually, a company called Uncommon Goods down in New York City is going to have that on their website. See some more beautiful pieces. Alright, here is a beautiful medium, I like it this way better, bread tray that came out. And that is just really beautiful blue and sky blue. And got a couple more bread warmers coming out. Those here. Okay, so this is a spreader plate in our green combination. Let me put this out here. Okay, and here is one in our sky blue. Alright, and here is a set of 3 of our nested bowls, and they're actually on the same level. So there is that beautiful little set in mist. And we have some sponge holders and a couple of little nested bowls. And this has 2 sets of green. This is the smallest one of those. And there's the sponge holders. It is like Christmas when you get to open up a kiln. Okay, and there is a small bread tray in our sky blue. Very nice. So I think the majority of this kiln load, along with a few others, is going to go to Seagrove Pottery. Now I'm getting into some of our inspirational plaques. Our star and moon tile, and boy, it doesn't get prettier than that to me. That's just sheer perfection right there. And I actually have 2. And this one is going to be a second, and you can see why it curved up on me during the firing. But it's still lovely, and somebody will be delighted to get it done. There we go. Dream Plan Do. Organized people are simply too lazy to search for stuff. That's one of my favorites. I love that. I love that saying. When I saw that one, I was like, ooh, we gotta do that. Okay. This is a really lovely one. This is Celadon Green. Home is where love resides, memories are created, friends always belong, laughter never ends. And that is in our beautiful celadon green. So you are getting to see some of the first of our inspirational wax. Oh, and here's one more different design. This one speaks to me. Behind every successful woman is a substantial amount of chocolate. And this is speaking my truth, man, because I love the chocolate. Okay, so here is this other test that I've been dying to get into. And here it is, and I am not necessarily loving the piece, but I'm loving the color. And it is a one-piece chip and dip, which I never do with a bowl in the center. This is probably the first one in 20 years I've done. But look at the color in that. We've got lime greens and blues and pinky purples and everything in between. So I am absolutely loving that piece, and it's so much fun to have somebody, or have you all, watch me when I'm pulling this out, because I'm usually doing and eyeing over these pieces by myself or with one of my assistants. They have to be here, but a lot of times I just can't wait to get in it, and they may not be here myself. Okay, so soup and crackers. So the crackers go around the little plate, and the soup goes in the bowl. Little baby espresso cups. They're upside down, of course, but look at the color in those. Boy, only in glazing can you get such beauty, and all the magic happens in the kiln. So there's another covered butter dish that'll go on those bases. Of course, those can't be made on a wheel because they're not round. Oh, now this has actually turned out quite lovely. This is what we call our weighing tray. It's a one-piece chip and dip, and it has some really nice color to it. It's a shame the iPad doesn't even pick up all the beauty of this color, but it's really quite rich in color. So I'm loving that. Okay, we are down to our last level. I actually have some lamp bases. Ooh. You see one I really, really like. I can pull it out. So this is our Smoky Glaze that I actually discontinued because it did not sell real well. It's such a muted, subtle look that people just didn't see it along all the other pretty pottery. Love that. Look at the color in that. When I was looking at just the top of it, I was like, I don't really like it that much. But then when you see the magic of the glaze moving down the sides and everything, that is going to be a winner. But out of the three, this is probably my least favorite. But with the right shade on it, I think it will still be really lovely. So here we go. These are our medium mugs. This is Sky. This is the green combination. It is. And it's got some really nice color in it. So I have a bunch of these medium mugs. We are all out of these. And so I fired every one that I had that was ready to be glazed. And so that's what's in the bottom shelf, bottom level. So that is it for today. My battery is practically on 0. So I am gonna call it quits for today and unload the rest of the kiln probably on Monday because I'm running out of time and battery. So hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry we missed you live on Friday. And we are going to try to be consistent with doing what I call Friday's firings and do a live video in the 9 o'clock range, 9:30, somewhere around that, where we unload the kiln live. And you can ask questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. And you can share the excitement with me right as it's happening as I unload the kiln. So, anyway, this is Sue, Salvaterra Pottery here in Weaverville, North Carolina, which is right outside of Asheville. And I really appreciate you spending a little time with me and enjoying unloading this kiln. Until next time, I will see you. Thanks. Bye.